to be recording. Sweet. Okay, so things and stuff. Things and stuff. You guys did some exploration around the town of the place you're in, which.
What's the name of the town we're in, Dan? Sorry?
Shiraj, I think it was, isn't it? Was it in Shiraj, or had you moved on from Shiraj already?
What was Shiraz? Was it the name of the place where we met Mr. Was it Mr. Meeples?
Mr. Mapple.
Mapples.
Yep. Yeah, so it was Shiraj. You spent the night in Shiraj. You went to a pub, talked with a few people, saw Oliver Boone, one Verzubek Tentelovich, one Brienne Brie Caldicus. They're all at the pub. They seem to have some sort of, or each of them seemed to have some sort of place to be afterwards, and they ended up leaving after a speech from Verzubek, sort of pointed you guys out and brought attention to you. Some of you stayed and drank and gambled and were merry with him. Some of you followed the others. All of this while Ryla, or Quinn, as he's known at the moment, followed Isabel Travers and her, I guess, escort, who knows, the Eleanor Yannette to a party. At this party, you found out that Eleanor Yannette was rubbing up with a guy who was quite interested in human trafficking. And this party was sort of a meet and greet for those who are willing to trade in the lives of others. Coming back to the town and getting ready to settle in for the night after Bree was followed to a mansion and then left again. You guys discovered a dead body in an alleyway. The body belonged to a girl that was previously seen going with Oliver Boone, or leaving the pub with Oliver Boone. She was quite ritualistically murdered in the alley. It was quite a grisly scene. And you guys trying to follow Oliver Boone, after that, discovered a man, Mr. Mapple, who was quite the pantsless attention seeker.
Very, very pantsless, yes.
Very pantsless. Yes. In the course of the night, who was it that went in? Dimitri? No, who followed Mr. Mapple?
That was...
Is that Malzin?
Malz, yeah.
Malzin. Okay, yeah, Malzin. So who's not here with us today?
Anyways.
Yeah, he followed Mr. Mapple into a hotel room that Mr. Mapple had seemingly broken into, and had a strange encounter in a bath. We'll just leave it at that. Draw from that your own conclusions. And at the end of the night, you guys were getting ready to sleep and settle in, right?
There was the remember there was the game night.
Oh yes,
where,
yes.
Where Dimitri got a bit drunk and moody and almost kind of blew everybody's cover.
Yeah. At the poker game. Yes, that happened.
I learned some shit from the party guy. That there was a cell operating on the train?
Yes, and that someone would be organized to come on and fill the position of the missing person, right?
Right.
And then someone who was talking to Bree, who I believe was... who was it? Was it Malzin again?
I think that was Malzin again, yeah, because they kind of...
God damn it, why didn't he turn up? Actually, he's like not even in the
he said he's coming, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just late.
Yeah. He's coming home from some kid's birthday party?
Gotcha.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so Malzin's asleep in the train, sleeping in. But, yeah, he discovered through Bree that she, as a bodyguard for hire, had been hired to cover a new person, or protect a new person who will be joining the train. Which actually, I think they did, right? The train set off from Shiraj and you guys met this new person. Just trying to figure out where we actually got up to.
I think we were going to sleep because there was some meeting, right? Or Bree was going to somewhere. I can't fucking remember. Something was gonna happen.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just quickly watch this hour-long video.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
So you guys confronted Boone about the lady.
Did we?
Yeah. That's right, and then the train almost
it was
got...
more.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
It was more of a passing aside than anything else.
Like,
You
how
were
was
just
that
like-
chick we saw you with?
Yes.
Mm.
Mhm.
And he completely lied. That's right.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
Right.
Barefaced lie. And then the train actually, left Shiraj. The new person that Bree was assigned to, that you figured out, was one member of the Gier family of Daenor. So the
Right.
I think it was
Tiefling bitch.
Luke Gier. So
Yes.
the Tiefling's cousin or nephew, one of the two. Yeah, Luke Gier.
Yeah, because that's Star Wars names.
Yeah, Han,
Mhm.
Luke, and Leia.
Leia.
Leia, but
Liar.
You're the liar!
You liar!
So I guess we'll pick up as you guys come into Orithea. It might. Yeah, actually, that's exactly where we ended it. Awesome. So as you guys are coming up to Orithea, or the Malice Lands, I should say, which I'll reshare the map for those of you who suck at maps. So there's Yelania, and the train is right where that yellow arrow is.
So, are our abilities are all our spells and stuff all messed up yet?
No.
No.
Isn't the Malice Lands like a dead magic zone or something?
Yes, things might behave weirdly, but they are not entirely dead.
Okay.
I guess we're not going deep into the Mouse Lands as well. We're kind of skirting the coast.
Well, you'll be going, through it.
We're
but-
going through it, right? Yeah.
I thought we going around the
Now we're
coast. Or we're actually cutting through it.
Yeah.
I mean, that white thing isn't the train tracks.
The white thing is the train track. Yeah.
Okay, so are going around the coast.
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
still through the Malice Lands. Let's argue semantics, man. Look, it's very obviously at least 50 miles into the border of the Malice Land. Gosh. So yeah.
Enough that it's going through there and magic might be fucked up.
Yeah.
It's Mouse Land, not Mouse Coast. Jeez.
Also, let me just quickly reshare some shit.
With
wrong
last
one.
night's sleep,
Mhm.
did I get a vision from staring at the stars, wondering that fucking brutal murder and what?
You wanted to check it out, eh?
Yeah.
Sure. So your thing gives you like a little bit of a future thing, right?
Yeah.
So you'll actually only see at night a strange black shape covering over the stars and blocking you from really getting any good look at the stars in your sleep. This shape has a almost fluid form, like it's waving wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man arms all over the place.
Oh, I wave back.
Yeah, who knows why, but you wake up feeling a cold sweat.
I blame her. Something's fucked up about him.
Something is fucked up.
I wonder if it's like Sandia. Maybe a beast from one of the other sites. What's inside of him?
I asked Zambria. She knows Boone.
Yes, you can yarn with Zambria, can't you?
She is me. I am her.
So what do you ask her? I mean, it's like a voice in the back of your head, sometimes giving you some imperatives. But what do you ask the voice in the back of the head?
Ask her if she knows anyone on this train with us.
And you hear, "You talking to me?"
Yes.
She says, "Well, you want me to have a look around and see if I recognize any faces? Or is there someone in particular? Either way, you're going to need to give me some control."
Well, okay. You take the helm for a while.
Okay. And so you willingly step back and let Zambria's consciousness step forward somewhat. And I'm assuming you're doing this as people are just milling about on the train, whatnot?
Yeah, just talking out loud to myself.
Okay. So, yeah, she'll wander you along and will express surprise that Luke Gier is on the train. He's one of the Daenor royalty, yes? Interesting. And that woman with him. I recognize that woman. And she points out this Octavia Sacerdote. Or Sacred Dottie.
Sacred Dottie.
Octavia Sacred Dottie.
Sacred dote. Does he dote on people?
She is, when Zambria points her out, you realize that she's actually reasonably hot in the heels of Luke Gier just all the time. Maybe 5 to 6 steps away, but wherever he moves, she shadows.
Just to interrupt, there was that person with Luke last year, the mute-ish person, wasn't there?
Yes, that's this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is that person.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And now you have the name. This person, you were informed when you originally went out, or you figured out when you originally saw her, that she's deaf and or mute, and spoke in spine language. She spoke with her spine.
Sign language.
Sign language, yes.
Yeah, apparently, if my notes are correct, she's supposed to be an oracle of the clergy in Crucial year.
That's correct.
Please forgive the drumming in the background.
There's drumming in the background.
I didn't even
Yeah, I
hear
didn't hear any drumming.
Oh, well, good.
it. Yeah. So, yep, she recognizes her, names her, and then when she sees Boone, who's still on the train, still getting drunk and talking up a storm at the high-end bar, Trabro, you just hear a and then you gain full control again.
Zambria, what's wrong?
No matter how hard you try, even for several minutes, trying to get her attention back, she has headed away.
Bitch, get your ass out here.
Wow.
And a few people turn their heads. Excuse me?
Standing there alone. And
Yeah. Bitch, get your ass out here. So there's very obviously some concern from Zambria regarding Boone. However, she does not offer any insight as to why. As you guys are doing this, however, Malia, the train guard, begins to walk down the first class area first, and then on their way to the middle class area. Followed by 2 men, she's walking down and calling out to all of those who expressed interest in the safari. The 2 men that are with her are carrying a huge chest between them with the lid open, and on the sides of this chest you see the logo of a prominent gun manufacturer from Flint. Inside the chest are some large, almost comically large bore rifles.
So Society's in the first class compartment while this is happening. You said Boone's in there as well?
Yes, well, Boone's in the eateries part of the first class bit. Let me share that train again.
Okay.
Train car. Oh, that's a train track. What the fuck?
Let's see, password again. Malzin's in the chat. The game address thing.
Oh, right. For connecting to Fancy Gun?
Luck's got it.
Yeah, fuck's done it. Awesome. What was it called? What's the map called? Avery Coast Railroad, that's it. So there, this is the types of carts you can see. So cart 19 is the first class dining and bar area. And she is coming down from, basically from the back of 19, which behind that there is just supply carts. Coming through 19 and coming all the way down through to 16.
Right. And Boone's at the bar area here, correct?
Yes, he's in 19 over here.
I'm focusing my... I'm going to be using my Detect Magic, an Arcana check. Mostly towards him. If I pick up anything else, that would be just... that's the secondary concern.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
That didn't work. Hang on. That'll work.
Okay, very nice roll. You sort of try to get a feel for magics, but the biggest thing you notice is a strange energy just almost lingering in the air like humidity. And this you have experienced before if you've ever travelled to the Malice Lands or travelled through or even near it, if you've ever been to the eastern side of Daenor. This is very much the taint of this land. And it makes it difficult and masks any chance of magic you would be normally able to pick up.
Right.
But
forgot we were so far in.
Yeah, but however, you do know from experience, or perhaps even just your contact now, that this air or this environment would dampen most magic. If someone had, say, an enchantment on or about their person, its effects might be dampened or even stopped altogether.
Hey, maybe I can win my money back from Versa.
Yeah,
this
might be a time to try. The train begins to slow noticeably. Everyone feels it slow as Malia is coming around. Who is taking a rifle from Malia?
To keep.
No, she's just handing out rifles for the safari.
I'll take one.
Yep, you grab one. Just chuck a me in chat. Just consider that Malia's calling out, who's coming to the safari?
How useful are they going to be if that's not your area of expertise?
If you want to fire a gun at things off the train, man, don't even
Comic
worry about it.
relief.
Yeah, comic relief.
Yeah, what the hell? Dimitri will probably grab one.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously you don't have to shoot, but you're welcome to come up top. There'll be about 15 people up top anyway, so you're more than welcome to come along. Some rifles will need to be shared, but you guys can just be antisocial. Be like, no, not my gun.
I want to come along but not have gun.
So Malia leads all of those who are interested in the safari to the top of the train. There's a staircase that opens out to one of the first class carts. To what you've now just found out is a outdoor seating area. It's stained somewhat black with the sort of fire dust from the train itself, but there's a relatively covered seating area sort of depressed into the top of the cart, which if you're sitting down, you could just see over the lip of the cart over into the land beyond. But if you stand, you have a very clear view and about a waist height barrier for you to rest your arms on if you want to steady yourself to shoot. Malia sort of gestures to everyone, come and grab a seat. Come around. I'm going to go through a quick briefing. And so the first thing she does is she suggests everyone who's not currently firing should sit down or avoid climbing onto the lip of the train. If you fall, the train can stop. But, and she looks up to the front, the train driver won't be too happy. So if too many people fall, you don't want to be the one who decides not to stop for. The conductor doesn't want to be late. The train is traveling slow, so if you were to fall, you shouldn't be too hurt unless you're...
I was about to ask how fast this train was moving at this point.
About 20 miles per hour at the moment. So
Okay,
just
that's not too
a
bad.
leisurely pace, yeah.
Tuck and roll. Got it.
Yeah. Malia says, the safari will have to be brief. We've got maybe 45 minutes today to keep on time. And if anyone falls, it'll have to be cut considerably shorter. But tomorrow you'll have at least a couple of hours. So this is more of an introductory session. And she sort of blows out a big whistle that I can't do with my fingers. And a couple of workers come out with 2 kegs of beer and a stack of pitchers, as well as a large glass bowl, almost fishbowl sized, of hot spiced cider. These are placed on a table in the center of the area. And she says, all right, those with rifles, who would like to go first? She looks around. There's a few people that are like, oh.
Show us how it's done, Ryla.
Sure.
Ryla steps up, and as you step up as well, Boone steps up and says, I'll fire, but I won't be using one of those rust buckets. And he gestures at the rifles and instead spins his little pistol. He's got 2, doesn't he? One of his little pistols out of his jacket pocket and puts it back in his holster. He's like, looks to you. So, a bit of a competition, eh, old chap?
I'll look him over and drop the rifle behind me and take out one of my pistols and try and spin it.
Bring out the knock gun.
You're gonna spin it as well.
Men. Sorry, what was that?
You're gonna come out and do a little show off with your pistol.
I am, yes.
All right, roll me a quick dex check with a +5, so because you're trained in being awesome.
Yeah. Fuck. That's good enough.
Yeah, it's all good. So you come out and do you spin one or do you spin both? Do you flourish and become the man with 2 guns?
I'm gonna spin both and throw one up in the air and catch it by the trigger.
So it shoots, or just catch it like ready to shoot.
Just catch. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
No,
Kills Boone.
So you flourish and yeah, and he dies and falls off the train and it's all good. Yay! Success. Investigation complete. No, so you flourish and he sort of raises an eyebrow and all right. Well, any man can learn parlor tricks, am I right? Let's get down to shooting. And he moves to the edge on the left, and Malia gestures for you to move to the edge on the right. And she says, now, any creature you see, and then there's a bang as Bert shoots, and there's a squawk as a large, like 3-foot long bird with wings that have no webbing, just these horrible spines that don't look like they can offer any flight. This bird just explodes up to the side and becomes a pile of tar-like looking feathers and flesh. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?" And Malia says, "Yes, thank you very much. Any creature you see is free game. Any domesticated animal, those are the ones that are inside the fences," and she gestures to a farm sort of in the distance that's got a small penned area. "Please do not shoot. It does cost the Avery Coast Railroad, and we would not want to jeopardize our train. People are also out of bounds. If it's walking on 2 legs, probably best not to shoot it."
What if it's a knoll?
She looks over to Charo. "There are no gnolls in the Melis lands that we know of, but if you see one, shoot it, I guess. They are but beasts."
It's on 2 legs. Just saying.
She shrugs. I'm sure you can use your best judgment. All right.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Sure.
And you see Boone with his one arm up and the pistol resting on his forearm, aiming for another shot, scanning for another creature. Thok, can I please get a perception check?
Yes.
Thank you, buddy. All right. So you have a look out. Is there any type of animal in particular you're looking for?
One that's smaller than Boone's.
Whoa, you gonna let him take the bigger?
Yeah, because it doesn't take skill to shoot a big animal.
Okay.
Okay, and you're scanning the horizon and you see sort of like a six-legged, almost like a cow. You see a couple of what look like skinned animals just moving around with their flesh and muscle on display. A couple of them start chasing this six-legged cow, and it begins to run away as if it's scared, and then it just turns around and fucking tramples one to death. Just all six legs, motherfucking die! And the wolf gets destroyed. The other one sort of peters off. But what catches your eye is a small, or rather a flock of small birds. To shoot them into a flock is nothing impressive. Duck hunting is pathetic. You fire into a cloud of birds, something gets hit, yay! However,
Yeah.
you do see one that's just coming into land, and it's coming to land on the back of the thrashing cow.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that's the one.
Okay, so what is your attack against? Like, what is your range shot? That's against AC, right? For a range
I
basic
believe
attack.
So, yeah.
Okay. So your AC target. Hang on a second. What level are you guys now? Level 6.
We're 8.
Jesus Christ! Fucking shot up,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm in quite a fair bit in. Goes out into the second adventure, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the 4th adventure.
I mean, second book. Sorry.
No, this is the first book still. There's 5 adventures in the first book.
Holy fuck.
So your target AC is going to be 23, and that's
Yeah.
21 with an added difficulty. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in you, Thok. I mean,
I believe in me too.
You can
It's
do
funny.
it. All right, so you aim up the shot, and Boone's watching you with an eagle eye, and he sort of looks over, and he not like yells out, but calls out, "You'll never hit it. Or are you going for the cow?" The easy target, eh? And then
Can I have a question.
yes, shoot.
Alright, this is gonna end badly because I'm probably gonna add too much difficulty, but can I add difficulty onto that if I can just look at Boone while I'm shooting?
What difficulty do you want to add onto it? How?
I
Just
don't
like
know,
another
man.
another 2.
I mean, whatever you think would be fair for that.
Well, I think if we get much higher, you're gonna have to roll like an 18, man.
Yeah, no.
It's already pretty hard. I'm gonna say you can freely do it if you want to.
Okay.
Look at him
So
and
just a
pull the trigger.
basic ranged attack?
Yes. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Wow.
All right.
You're looking to Boone so while doing that.
That's right. I'm looking him dead into the windows of his soul.
It's actually even more embarrassing for him because as you look over to him, he smiles like he thinks he's got into your head, and he sort of like nods his head like should look that way as you pull the trigger, and there's a bang, and Malia turns and says, "No shooting with your eyes closed!" As the bird explodes off the back of the cow, which turns. I'm sure there was something on my back, and starts just trotting off after the other wolf that's now running away, ready to crush that. The bird is but dust and feathers. It is dead.
I'll just keep my eyes locked on his and spin the gun once and reholster it.
All right. So with the safari underway now, with this little show of expertise off, Boone smiles and stops shooting. He is considerably put into his place, but other people start to fire, start to get into the swing of things. Bree, Boone, Cardiff, the Griento family, the father and the son at least, they come up and they want to crack at the monsters, as the son calls them. You see Malia sort of moving around, showing people how to shoot, how to reload. The other sort of guards also have rifles, but they're slung. Who knows why they've got those there. But it soon becomes clear as one monster, attracted to the movement of the train, begins to move close to one of the carts. And two of the guards move alongside, telling everyone, hold on, we'll take care of this. And they each let off a shot, and the monster falls dead to the side of the railway, passes beneath the cart you're on a few moments later. After a few dozen shots, loud noise, smoke everywhere, everyone having a good time, drinks being drunk. A figure up ahead on what looks to be car maybe 6 to 7, standing atop, waving a crowbar or some crowbar-looking item in the air in frustration. Those of you who notice it...
Yeah.
Oh, yep, go ahead.
I was about to say, can we make a perception check, see if we can spot?
Absolutely. Roll me a perception check. Everyone's like, a couple of people would notice and call out, "What's that? Who's that down there?" Orzov's like, killing the animals,
Hey,
fine.
nice.
Oh wait, you're not
I'm
shooting at you,
just
Orzov.
going Boone, I'm just observing every little thing he does.
Man, this is good fucking rolls. Jesus Christ. Okay,
This is a game where people took perception as a skill.
Yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
difference. So everyone except for Orzov recognize, or don't recognize, but see this man is not wearing pants. He's wearing a coat, he's waving a crowbar, and those of you who saw this man running along the alleyway after Oliver Boone's victim was found would recognize this as Mr. Maple. A couple of the guards, who also see them once attention is brought to him, begin to move along the top of the carts to try and get this man. But before they even get close, he ducks down back into one of the cargo cars, and or the front cargo cars, and all you hear is a faint yelling, "You idiots! Trying to sleep!" And he ducks down out of sight. So it looks like Mr. Maple's come with you guys.
Dimitri's
Good.
probably going to sigh, give the weapon back and have to start going after him.
Yeah, head down and... Are you going to go inside, or are you going to go along the top with the other guards?
So where exactly did he duck down again?
Somewhere between cart 6 and 9.
Okay, I might try and, if they're going from above, I'll try and go from, down below through the carts, I think.
Sweet. Okay, start going through there. Could I please get from you a perception check as you start going down and start looking through the carts along with the other guards? The rest of you, after a short while, another half an hour, Malia begins to wind up the safari. A few people have had an exciting chance to bag a kill of defenseless animals alongside the train track. Many shots were fired and all the rifles are collected up and put back into the box. And the safari begins to wind up for the day. The train begins to pick up its speed once again, and Malia informs you that the train is on track to arrive. On track to arrive at 6:04 p.m. in Orithea. There's also another message that's passed on to Dimitri that the train coming from Trekholm, the other direction, has already arrived. So that's... I won't show there. Hang on.
Can that history roll before on what I might know about this place?
About Orithea?
Yep.
Sure.
So I take it I didn't see him at all?
I will come to you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, gotcha.
15 history. I mean, you know that Orithea is one of the few places in Melis lands that are built up or considered built up. It's mainly a suburban sort of district with farming towns dotted around it. As you guys are getting closer, the farm becomes closer and closer together. There's bigger and bigger areas of animals and crops being grown, though all of the animals and all of the crops show signs of this torment that's done to not only magics but also things that are just intertwined with nature as normal. Crops grow the wrong color. Most of the leaves are not wholly and withered, but still brown and sickly looking. Cows with 6 legs, ones with massive tumorous growths off the side. Just it's a gross place.
More meat when they have too much growths, right?
Yeah, exactly. You just chop it up. It's like a tendery. There is another rail enclave in Orithea as well, so similar to Shiraj. And yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, it's not as big as Shiraj, so you know that much as well. And Dimitri, as you guys are searching, you guys do find what looks to be a small nest made by this man. There's a number of blankets, a couple of boxes in the storage carts that have been opened and stuff has been pulled out, and there's a little packing straw strewn about everywhere to make this nest, as well as a few opened cans of ready-to-eat food that have been what looks to be just torn open by force. Probably used the crowbar to open these cans, and there's just human waste and stuff off to the side. This man is disgusting and foul, but he is nowhere to be seen in these carts.
I should be sure to meet him then.
Is there any guards around?
Yeah, no, there's the ones that are searching with you, and they're there with you.
I'm probably just gonna shout to them. It's like, search everywhere. It's like, top to bottom. We need to find this man. Get him off the train.
They nod. Yep, of course. Shall we bring him in alive or dead?
Probably alive.
They say, all right, we'll probably bring him alive, and they continue searching. Over the next hour or so before the train is due to arrive in Orithea, no sign is found of this man, unfortunately. At least not in the first 10 carts, which is where the guards have time to search. As the day begins to become evening, the evening sky starts to be streaked with the brilliant colours of gold, violet, red, and blue. More than just a sunset, almost like an aurora is taking place perpetually above this land as you get closer and closer to Orithea. The heavens seem to warp and change the sun's light, painting the sky with streaks of iridescent, chaotic colour and ribbons of ethereal light. You see what looks to be almost sections of the sky burning up for a few seconds, burning brightly and then dissipating as if it was flash paper being held aloft. Like the day before, arriving in Shiraj, 15 minutes outside of Orithea, Malia asks everyone to please return to their seats and keep an eye on their personal belongings. The enclaves are always busy, she reminds you, and it's easy for thieves to hop on board in the commotion and nick unattended valuables. As the train begins to roll into Orithea, you spot people mingling atop the old wobbling spires that rise above so many buildings in the city. Almost no structures have straight edges. All of the building is chaotic and reflects this untamed land that's all around it. Out on the coast, even the beam cast by a lighthouse seems to curve on its way out to sea, distorting the light around. Then you enter the Denoran-operated rail enclave, and it's all perpendicular and parallel lines. The layout here is exactly the same as every other nightly stop you've been on so far. One fancy hotel, one common hotel, plenty of entertainment. But here, you are informed, there is no curfew like in Shiraj. And out there await the oddities of Orithea, this one safe oasis in the Melis lands. So as you guys arrive at the station, what you doing?
Odysseus is going to go head over to Mal's and who I believe is just in here. Hello.
Hello, Melvin.
Cheers.
Hmm.
Welcome.
Malvin, I am Severian Teleron Dash.
Severian. You were chasing after that naked man the other night, weren't you?
You make it sound so sordid.
Hmm.
It's better than how I described it. We had a encounter in the bathtub.
Yes.
Yes.
He seems very elusive man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is surprisingly fleet-footed.
Yeah. I think we should go find him. I'd like to talk
Yes.
to him.
Yeah, wasn't really able to get what exactly he was doing there out of him.
Oh, I don't mind what he's doing. I just mind what he might be able to do for me.
Wow.
Kinky.
Don't kick
He's a
back.
naked man. What can he do for me?
Odysseus is completely oblivious to the innuendo he just dropped, but nevertheless, he is he very much wants to meet this man. So he's going to
Mel.
try and.
Mel honestly lets it slide because it's too obvious.
Mhm.
Shit.
So yeah, that's what Odysseus wants to do. He's going to try and hunt down our naked friend whose name I can never remember.
Mr. Maple.
Mapplethorpe?
Okay. So, the train, as it pulls into the station, as Malia said, people begin to mill about and come on and off, and a lot of people start heading to their hotel. I'm just going to quickly run over some of the groups that you guys might be keeping an eye on. You can choose whether you want to engage with them some more. The first thing you guys notice is the standards of law enforcement on the station are much laxer in Orithea than they were in Shiraj. And the city itself is more welcoming of weirdos and foreigners. You guys are allowed to... weirdos. You're allowed to travel out of the Enclave completely freely. And there are people even advertising trips out to the forgotten relics and the ruins of the old cities and the outside the safety zone. For just 2 gold pieces a person, we promise you'll get out there. The city itself has no intention of holding people like prisoners. So, yeah, you guys are free to sort of come as you go, or come and go as you like, come as you go on the train.
Come as we are.
The Grientos, the family, you hear them walking off the train, and the kids seem somewhat excited about a puppet show that's going to be on until 8 p.m. And the woohoo, a puppet show. The parents are talking about perhaps heading to a high tower near the center of the town for a good view of the land. Maybe a safe spot to watch the aurora. Eleanor and Isabel, they leave the train and seem to head immediately for the hotel. Could I get perception checks, please? Just regarding Eleanor and Isabel.
Ooh, okay. She was the
Fucking
one I wanted to
15,
keep an eye on
Trevor.
too. But not a very good eye on apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, society, you don't see much. Everyone else, however, you see someone tailing them.
I'm too concentrated on that dick.
Dear.
Clock vision.
You see someone following Eleanor and Isabel. They have a coat, a hood. They seem to be keeping themselves well hidden, and they are following from a distance, but they are following them, and it is not one of your crew. But they're heading
Do
to
they
the
have
hotel.
pants?
Yes, they are wearing pants. Cardiff, you guys have met Cardiff, right? Did I introduce him?
Have we-
Sounds familiar.
Remind us?
Maybe I haven't. Cardiff.
Yeah, I don't see it in my notes.
Oh, I don't either.
Ooh, did I forget to introduce a guy last
That,
night?
I think so.
Them not being in my notes is no guarantee that we haven't met him, though.
No, I haven't even
The
shared
name
his
sounds
picture.
familiar, but I got nothing.
I don't have anyone either, but again, yeah.
Hang on. It's very weird. He's in the introduction of this adventure, and I can't see where you guys meet him, but then suddenly here, it's like, if they follow Carter, like somehow he's already part of your whole... Jesus Christ.
Oops.
I think that's their fuck up. Certainly not mine.
No, of course.
I'd never fuck up.
You fuck up? What is this? Lies?
Lies and propaganda.
Oh no, it's totally there. I'm just fucking blind. He came on the train the same time as Luke and Octavia. But see, that's only done on the introduction.
see.
That's not actually done when the proper thing is there. So it's just a shitty way of doing it. Okay, so I'm just going to reintroduce this guy, who is only interesting at this point because he has a little suitcase that travels with him, and at close inspection you notice it is handcuffed to him. He has a chain to his wrist.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that guy. I don't think you gave us his name.
Oh yeah, you did mention him.
Yeah, that does sound
remember
familiar.
Oh, okay, sweet. Well, it's fine for you to have the name because, yeah, Dimitri has the passenger register. So the man with the briefcase, whose name is Cardiff Henchill, and looks like this. He moves off the train and heads straight into town in Orithea. Heads straight into the city. He's not with anyone, so he doesn't have anything you overhear. Malia, she lingers at the train to ensure basically that everything's going alright. Mr. Maple is not found currently.
So far.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me he was going to meet me somewhere?
Mr. Maple? Yes. Do you remember where he was going to meet you?
Something to do with the safari.
Yes. So, you weren't here, unfortunately. But during the safari, he started waving about his crowbar. Let's
Not
say.
an innuendo.
And was shouting at everyone for disturbing his sleep. And then he ducked down and back into one of the cargo carts, where he was not found, but a nest of his was found.
Yeah, and mess was in several aspects.
Yeah.
A lot
Boone
of human waste.
Boone heads to his hotel, as does Bree, as does Verzubat. Bree heads along with Luke and Octavia, and nearby enough. This is her job now, but they head straight to their hotel as well. If it's not going to require you to follow, but after checking in at the hotel, they're all seen heading to a bar, similar to the night before.
Can we assume that at some point somebody let Dimitri know about what Boone likes to get up to in his spare time?
Oh, he's right.
yeah.
You weren't there, were you?
No, I was
Murder.
busy getting drunk and feeling sorry for myself.
I'm sure one of us would have told you, yeah.
But the only
Also,
question is whether
for
you
the
remember.
record, Dimitri has a very hazy memories of that night and doesn't remember too much about what he said.
I was about to say.
I'm obviously gonna follow the person following Eleanor.
Okay. So you follow this strange figure. Yep.
I trail the trailer.
You trail the trailer.
Who watches the what?
Yeah.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Who watches the trailers?
I love
Yeah.
trailers.
I do
They make-
like movie trailers.
Yeah, they're good. How good does
Wow.
Solo look?
Oh, boy.
I'm so excited for Donald Glover and nothing else about that movie.
I guess I'm just gonna head to the bar.
Okay. You head to the bar that the others are heading to, like Boonbury
I'm
and that.
I'm interested in this relic tour that people were talking about.
Yeah, two
Hopefully
gold
to-
and a slimy, emaciated-looking boy offers to take you to the guided tours that will take you outside the city.
Is Zambria responsive again?
Zambria's, as long as you're not around Boone at the moment, Zambria can be coaxed to the surface. And at the mention of heading out to the relics, she's, "Ooh, well, now we're talking."
Yeah, I was doing this for her.
Yeah. Oh, very nice of you. So she's very excited, which you can't help but feel the excitement coming through to you as well. And so the tour sounds very, very good. Very exciting. Does anyone else want to go with Trabo on this ruins tour?
I'm tempted to now ditch drinking to go on tour.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
It's
why
up to
not?
you. Sweet.
I'm
Okay.
ditching.
So you guys do that, and the little kid takes 2 gold from each of you. So mark that up. And
No. I'm just gonna follow Trambo. No, I'll pay the 2 gold.
cool. Yeah. I mean, all that would have happened is he would have led you to where the tour leaves, and they would have made you give the money. So yeah, you follow along. The kid takes you to an area where there's a little carriage drawn by one of these skinless horses. It's got the right number of appendages, but none of the skin that should be on it. This horse is sort of quite gruesome in that rather than a harness sitting on the neck, it's simply got large steel loops, like hook fasteners, wrapped around its individual ribs. So it's just being pulled by the bone. This carriage is ready to go. There's about 3 people already on it. They sort of look at you and give you a knowing nod. Yeah, we're all here for the same thing. And the cart says, "All right, this is the nighttime run. We're ready to go. Has everyone got their gold?" And the kid holds up your guys' 4 gold pieces, passes it to the driver, and you guys are brought on top, and the cart begins to head out. While this is all going on, Ryla, please roll me a stickety stealth. Severian, what are you doing? Sleeping. Edeasis, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find our naked friend here.
Trying to find the naked friend. So you're looking around the train?
Yeah. That would be the logical place to start, I would suppose.
Alright, so if you start looking in the cart areas, now these have been once overed by the guards already. It's sort of your choice whether you want to look over them again or start looking in perhaps the passenger compartments. Which one would you rather do? Or is there somewhere in particular you want to start looking?
I actually want to see if I can try and check underneath the train, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you can start going along. Malia will notice you doing so and call out to you, "Excuse me, sir, is there a reason you're checking the undercarriage of the train?"
Ooh.
4 explosives.
And all she'll hear is explosives.
Hang on a sec.
Can't you just be honest and say you're intrigued by the pantsless man and we're trying to find him?
Who's searching for the cock?
That's one way to go about it. Well, oh, don't mind me. I think just dropped something nearby the train. I was just trying to look for it. Something lame along those lines.
Okay.
And I'll be,
Yeah, roll me a bluff. Roll me a bluff.
You mean along those tracks?
Mm-hmm. Let me just double check if I got any. Just checking my cantrips, sorry.
No, you're right.
Rings, maybe?
Yeah, I just want to see if I should actually try and spend one of my utilities here. I don't even see any of my utilities. Oh, there they are. Shoot, arcane mutterings I didn't actually take today. My bluff's still pretty good. Let's do this.
Okay. It's a DC 16. Ooh. Spend a point.
Do I want to spend the point for it?
Do it. I don't know.
I got 3. Why not?
All right, reroll.
Didn't I? It bounced right off.
That's better.
That's better.
Okay, so she sort of nods. Okay, try not to take too long. If you dropped it while the train was moving, it's quite possible it's already gone.
No. Just now as I was coming off the platform.
She nods. Okay, well, call out if you need any help. Don't want you getting stuck under there and crushed when we leave in the morning. She sort of gives a laugh and turns back to the rest of the people, letting you have a look around. As you continue looking, you do see no sign of a man or a man ever being under there. You do, however, see a few signs of various animals that were caught under the train as it travels. No people, no pantsless mans, no jackets, nothing there.
Right. Okay. And I suppose I should probably see if I can get back on the train and make my way over to the mess,
What?
as it were, assuming it's still there.
I imagine there's like cleaning staff who probably would have tended to that pretty quick, wouldn't they? Or has it been sealed off as a crime scene?
Wait, what's that?
The Mr. Mattle's leavings.
Well, I mean, it would basically be your call. If you want them to, they will begin to clean it up.
I probably
would
have been like, clean up this filth immediately.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Disgusting
definitely
creature.
it is cleaned then.
Well, in that case, still around where it might have been, because there might be a clue I can use to actually try and track this guy down. That's at least the hope.
Yeah, that's the hope. So we're gonna move on to Malden. What are you done? Give you another check.
Well, since I missed my meeting with the guy, I guess I'll probably just head down. We've already got somebody following the suspicious folks. I guess I'll just head down to the bar to mingle with everyone and see what's going on there.
All right. And excellent. You will be down there. The bar is called the Effervescent Cup. It's quite a fun little name for a perpetual aurora. Dimitri, you've made them clean up, but now that the train is stopping and your duties are coming to an end for the day, what are you doing?
I'm not sure. Has anybody tailing Boone yet?
Not directly, no.
Nope. I do kind of want to do that, but I just don't think I have the skill set for it. And it'd be kind of weird. Like,
hey, if you play it safe, you're not going to have skill checks to have to go through. I mean, if you're following from a great distance and not running up behind him like Ryla would be doing to try and overhear everything, then it will be relatively easy.
Okay, I'll do that in that case, because, I mean, after hearing what he did, Dimitri's obviously not going to want to let him wander around unchecked.
Oh, speaking of skill checks, Spike.
Yep.
That stealth should actually be 21, because I was checking. I have a +2 for my boots of stealth, but I had another +2. I have no idea where it came from, so I just took it off.
Is it not from your background? Is it not from your background?
I don't think so. I think it shows that one that switches your endurance for your primary stat for HP. I think I took that one.
Did you remember we did get some special bonuses from pre-train ride training.
You're preparing for the train adventure.
Could it be something from that?
Well, mine was get out of one cart into another adjacent cart, so I got that written down.
Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, that's right. It's fine.
I thought they came with a stat boost as well.
Maybe? I don't know.
I'm
not
happy
sure
for
where
you
it
to
came
keep
from.
it. Like, you've already got 17, so what's another 2?
Okay.
So yeah, all right. Dimitri, you're gonna follow Boone from a distance, eh?
Yep.
All right. So, let's start going through what happens. Riley, you're following this strange person, following Eleanor and that other chick, whose name Isabel.
Correct.
They head straight to the hotel, and within 25 minutes, around 6:30, they leave the hotel and begin to head to the night market. This person's still in tow. Isabel is always at Eleanor's side, just quiet and unassuming. As you're following this person, could I please get... Oh, you've had your stuff check. No, cool, that's right, it's 21 or 23. As Eleanor's moving through the night market, she is loud and obnoxious, and all the other shoppers give her a wide berth. She visits a small apothecary that you see by the sign outside, deals in potions and charm and domination, and she purchases a few. On her way back to the Rail Enclave, however, this figure who is following her steps out of the crowd into her way. He tries to talk directly to Isabel, and it's at this point you realize that this is Mr. Mapple.
Oh shit.
Wait, he covered up for once?
He did cover up for once.
Oh my god.
The thing he starts saying is a love poem, and this poem's content is about a troll who desired a princess, all the while wholly ignoring Eleanor, who's saying, "Excuse me, sir, please stand out of the way," getting louder and louder and causing a bit of a ruckus. Isabel does not appear to respond coherently, and she sort of looks up at Mapple, and you see a slight sway as if she's dazed or confused. Mr. Mapple reaches up to try and pull aside the veils which cover her face, and Eleanor reacts by reaching for her spell components at her hip. Mr. Mapple, if you haven't acted yet, reaches forward and grabs at Eleanor's hands and squeezes tight, and you see a look of pain come across her face. She cries out, "Let go of me, sir!" Isabel just watching as all this is going on. Eleanor begins to scream for help. "Help! This man is grabbing me! This homeless old man is grabbing me!" And she seems to put on the intent of a helpless old woman.
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
See if it's just
What are you trying to get some insight on?
if she's really helpless or if she's just putting on an act.
You don't need to roll an insight. She's putting on an act.
Alright, then I'm not gonna do anything right now. I'm just gonna keep an eye on what's going on.
Okay, so the noise does get a bit of attention from some guards who begin to move towards with their hands on their swords at their hip. And Mr. Mapple, seeing this, seems to almost snap out of, "Oh, shit, this is getting too involved." Releases her wrists, backs away, and then begins to run and leaps and clambers up onto a rooftop and tries to run out of sight. Do you follow him, or do you continue to follow Eleanor or Isabel?
Shit.
Follow that dick.
Hold on.
Tunnel cock or not? That's the question.
I guess I'll be following Mr. Mapple.
Okay. Alright, so you start to give chase. I'll come back to you soon.
Okay.
Odysseus, unfortunately, you probably realize that you don't find Mr. Mapple on or about the train. That's because he's following Eleanor and Isabel. So I'm going to say after maybe half an hour, 45 minutes of looking, finding no joy, you probably want to move on lest you get some more attention to yourself. Like, if you drop something,
Yeah.
that's your excuse. You're not seeing anything of this man. Might be a good time to move on.
Yeah. I think it's about time to just head down to the bar.
All right, and as you do, you actually find someone moving down to the bar at the same time on the way. You see Boone. Olivert Boone is moving from the hotel.
Oh.
And he has, with his elbow cocked out, a rather beautiful lady with her hand resting on the inside of his arm. And he is talking the talk as he moves between the hotel and the bar. So they're moving over to the bar. He's not taking it down some alleyway. But as he is moving there, there's a bridge which goes over the train tracks from the hotel to the bar. And they sort of dally on there for a bit, and you see him whispering sweet nothings into her ear. And yeah, that's who you see heading down to the bar. You can wait a few minutes while they continue to talk on the bridge, and then they continue over to the bar as well.
I'm going to pass them by as they're talking on the bridge. I'm not like not engaging and just passing by. I'll be waiting on the other side of the bridge for them from a distance.
Okay.
I want to keep my eye on Boone.
All right. And you do so, and as you walk past, he does look up to the footsteps moving on by, and sort of gives you a little smile and a raised eyebrow as he goes back to talking to his wholly engrossed lady on the bridge. And then you get over to the other side, keep an eye on them, and after another couple of minutes, they move on and head into the bar, which I'm assuming you follow them into as well, the effervescent cup.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you're going to be into the bar. Malzin, you already went straight into the bar, I believe. Is that where you went? No, it was Dimitri. Sorry, Dimitri went straight to the bar, right?
No, I was tailing Boone from a distance.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
he was
Okay.
getting Boone.
So you see him. So this is before Boone comes out of the hotel. You see him in his hotel room, or rather going to his hotel room after checking in. And do you try to go inside while he's in there?
Nah, like I said, this isn't really my
Yeah.
expertise, so I'm not making any big moves.
Okay, but from outside, even not going into the room, you see something rather interesting. As Boone heads into his room, you see, maybe 5 minutes later, Bree Caldicus come along to his door, have a small piece of note paper in her hand, fold it up and slide it under the door, and then continue walking as if nothing had happened.
Hmm.
As you see her move along, you see her stop by another door somewhat further down, which roll me a perception. Let's see if you noticed who went into that one.
Perception. Yeah, no.
Do you want to use a point?
I guess. Seems like I'd have to. I don't know how hard a check it is. What the hell? I'll try one.
Give it a shot. Can't do worse than a
I
one,
believe in
really.
you. You can do it, buddy.
What? So, do I have to manually roll? Do I?
You just roll again.
Oh, that's right. It's not a. I thought it was a add a d6 to it. It was a.
Ah, no, we haven't had that for a while.
Okay. Perception.
That's better. So you saw coming in the person going into this room, or rather the person coming out of this room and heading off downstairs as you and Boone arrived, was none other than Verzubek Tintelovich. He's not in the room at the moment, you know that for sure, but it is his bedroom that Bree stops by and slides another piece of paper under the door, and then she moves on. So you know that he is not in that room. Verzubek, he was the lucky
gambler
dwarf.
dude.
Break it.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. The researcher.
Yeah, the guy researching luck.
Too many names.
I know. Try running this shit, man. I have to know what's going on. You guys just have to see it.
You're saying it'd be easier if we
Are you
if
saying
they
that
were
you
all
know
called the same
what's going on?
So, do you want to do anything, or you just want to wait outside Boone's door and wait for him to leave?
I'm probably gonna just tell him. Like, I'm curious about the note, but I'm more interested in making sure that nobody else gets murdered tonight.
Fair enough. Okay, so you follow him as he heads down to the little bar at the bottom of the hotel lobby and picks up a lady and begins to head off, outside and towards the effervescent cup. You hear him mentioning, let's get out of this dingy divey place and go to a real bar, eh? And she says, yes, I know of this one just over the tracks. And they head off where you follow him, and you would probably easily be able to catch your friend Society, Odysseus, watching the two of them from the other side of the bridge, and you would see him walk past them at one point. So the two of you end up getting to the bar behind Boone and his lady friend at the same time. And we come to... who haven't I covered yet? Ryla's covered. JD and Jeff Trabro and
Trabro.
Orzov. So your guys' cool little expedition into the nothing.
We're going into nothing? Oh, that's lame.
I feel like we got ripped off.
Yeah. I want my money back.
Listen, 2 gold, you got what you paid for, right?
2 gold, that
No, I
actually-
didn't. That's the problem.
Yeah. 2 gold isn't nothing.
Also, I
Are you
just want
sure?
to
'Cause-
Just want to
Sorry,
check.
go
No one's following Luke or Atavia, correct? No one was following them. Just Boone and.
What is
Yo, what was Tavia doing?
yeah.
Atavia's basically always at Luke's side. So they're like, no one's following those two who also had Bree coming
No.
with them off the train.
Think-
Oh shit!
I think Thok was, but he decided to go for Mapples instead.
Well,
yeah,
for,
I should have.
well, you were following Eleanor and Isabel, and then we.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
sorry.
should,
Yeah, there are too many names.
I should have been following Octavia though, especially considering what I learned from that guy. Oh well.
Oh well. Shit happens.
Mistakes. Yep.
Can't follow everything at every time.
So-
It's alright.
We can blame Thok if anything bad happens because of us.
No. You guys knew. I just forgot to retell you.
So, Trabo and Orzov, you guys, we come to you at this 30 to 45 minute mark after the train unloaded. And you guys are just getting to the outskirts of the city now and past the gates, where the guards give you a friendly, joking, "Goodbye, good luck, ha 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 ha, you won't die out there, ha ha ha." And the guy in the cart says, "Yeah, it's dangerous, but we're here to look after you." And he's got like a single pistol on his hip. And you guys start heading off into the Nothing Lands, the Malice Lands above the city. You can actually see the ruins pretty much as soon as you leave the city edges. You see a crumbled, mostly collapsed building, like it's just sort of a quarter of the building still standing. It's about 10 stories high, so it sticks up out of the horizon for a bit. Sorry, what was that?
Do any of them remind us of the ziggurats?
No, these are definitely once were, proper buildings and now aren't. It is interesting, however, to note the buildings that make up outside of the enclave in Orithea that are all wobbly and weird and odd shaped. These ruins appear to follow a more traditional, proper architecture, which may be part of the reason why they are no longer standing. Either way, as you draw closer, and there's a few strange creatures paying the cart not a whole lot of mind, sort of coming up and having a look over. The guy just encourages you, don't look or call out, don't draw any attention to yourself, and we'll pass by without issue. This isn't a safari like on your damn train rides, slaughtering animals up and down the coast. And it moves along, and you guys start getting closer to the ruins. As you do, Trabo, you begin to feel Zambria's excitement come in. What are the possible secrets that are hidden in these ruins? But as you get to the edge of this so-called ruined city, it's somewhat of a disappointment. All at the base of these buildings, it appears to be a tourist trap. There's a number of stalls, each of them advertising true and unique relics from the ancient times. Only $4.99, just up and down the entire city. All of the lower levels of these buildings, where the building is still standing strong, has been co-opted as some sort of either a shop
Stall.
or a stall, a storeroom, or someone's living arrangement. And the cart pulls up, and the guy says, "All right, back in half an hour. Yeah, I gotta go back and get more people." And he just sits there and lights up a little brown paper cigarette, which you recognize as Leaf of Nicodemus, which is still in this country as well. And you guys are
Jake,
sorry, go ahead.
you need him.
Yeah, you guys are quickly berated by a number of people trying to sell you all their wares.
Ask Zambria if she thinks anything looks authentic.
You feel she is incredibly let down, but as you start going through the stalls, roll me. Now there's a thing you have. Did I share with you the consciousness concordance thing.
Oh.
I have a +2 and a couple of stats.
Okay. Acrobatics, Arcana, History, Thievery?
Yes.
Okay. So with that bonus, roll me an Arcana check. Also, you have Mage Hand now, by the way. I don't know if I told you that.
Nope, but that's handy to know.
Yes.
Mage handy.
Oh
So
god,
we
that's
get
a not good roll.
Not at all.
Use a point.
But yeah, for Zambria, I will use a
For
point.
Zambia. Get her something nice. She deserves it. She
She's
is
been
in your
through a
body
lot.
after all.
Very good roll.
That's better.
Okay, as you guys are moving along, Zambria does say, it's a strange aura here. I've heard about the Melis lands, but I've not experienced them firsthand. It's quite... And then she stops as your eyes pass... as you hiccup. As your eyes pass over a small, like prism-shaped rock. So not a pyramid, just a three-sided prism. Am I giving the right word? I don't think I am.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Triangular prism?
A pyramid or a prism?
A three-sided pyramid.
I think prisms, right?
Okay. No, prism is elongated.
Okay,
I
what's
think
the
it's-
thing I'm trying to think of? It looks like this.
Pyramid?
I think a triangular pyramid. I can't
It looks
remember
like
what
that
it's-
in Disco.
Yeah, triangular pyramid it should be. Oops.
One of those things if you're looking down the top of that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you see one of those.
Okay.
It is made of stone, however, not cool, shiny rainbow glass like that one.
Uh,
Oh.
And she said,
I'll ask the shopkeeper.
you just
yep.
feel, get that, get it, get it.
Hello. This is an interesting rock.
The shopkeeper says, yes, 5 gold pieces, and it is your interesting rock. It is said to hold the power of the ancients. One must rub it over oneself every night before bed, and soon the power of the ancients will be yours. 5 gold pieces. Did I say
make
5?
it 10? Wait, what?
How much did I say? 15, I said. 25 gold pieces.
No, you said 10.
12, you say?
No, 8.
30!
30? Sold to the gentleman in stupidity. And he slams it down in front of you quite heftily. But, it doesn't break or anything. He says, 13 gold pieces.
I'll hand over. I said 30, but yeah, I'll hand over 13.
He said, all right, fantastic trade, sir. Can I interest you in other rubby rocks? And he pulls out a few different shapes of rocks, but none of which spark Zambria's interest, like the little 3-sided pyramid.
No, thank you. Just this one. It's the only one we wanted.
You should ask for a demonstration of how you're supposed to rub it.
Come on. This game's lewd enough without that.
Is it
Yeah.
lewd enough?
Tetrahedron, that's the shape.
Wait, that's not a pyramid.
Tetrahedrons. That would be a no.
Double-sided. 2 pyramids joined together.
No,
a D8.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a triangular prism if you want a flat base.
A tetrahedron is 4 triangular faces. Fucking Google
Actually,
it.
you might be right.
Yeah, he is.
It is, but that's the same thing as the triangular pyramid.
How do you talk about
Or a
Tetrahedron?
triangular prism.
Why do we care?
No, prism is different. Prism is elongated.
Are you
And
sure?
one-
Yeah, triangular
axis.
prism is like a triangle at each end of a pipe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I get
yeah,
one wrong.
okay.
Oh my god, it doesn't even matter.
Yes, it does.
It
Why,
matters.
why do I care?
You
Matters.
should have just said polyhedron and just left it at
A
that.
triangular polyhedron?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Oh man, it's the worst. Okay, so, so you get this. And you guys spend some more time going through the shops, but nothing else Nothing else is of much interest. You guys get some free food given to you though as tasters. You can go to every store and get a little tester, and going up all of the stalls you get well worth of full meals of roasted mutated rats, dried up strange vegetables that are raw or served in some sort of you don't even want to know what broth. But yeah, you can try everything and you get a decent meal by the time you get back to the cart with your tetrahedron in hand.
Do they get a constitution check?
No, they'll be fine. It's edible. They're used to tourists. It's not as spicy as it could have been. You could have asked for Orithea hot and they would have given you some proper food.
Is there any relics that we could go to that's a bit like sites that we can go to that's a bit, a bit out from here?
You can ask people, and you get a bit of a strange look. No one's really that interested in. I mean, someone's like, if you go enough in any direction, you find some ruins in the old towns and cities, but God knows why I'd ever want to go there. It's all death and destruction. This is where the real shopping is.
When we get back to the cart, I'll ask the driver. How much to go further out?
And he says, further out where?
Out into to the ruins.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to take you. Is there a reason you want to go further? You could walk. And then it's free.
Academic interest.
There could be more Robbie Rocks there.
Says, well, it's not enough just to have someone take you out. You want protection.
Well. I'd like someone with the local obvious knowledge to point me in a direction.
Well, you could try. Oh no, he's not around anymore. Tarkin. Ask around for Tarkin. See if he's still around. He used to take people on trips, but wouldn't surprise me if that guy's dead now.
Thank you.
I'm still leaving in 15. Do you want that ride back?
You'll be back again in another half hour, right?
He shrugs. Depends if there's any other customers.
Was he about to say fools?
Suckers. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll see you then.
He shrugs and he says, might as well go now then. And he turns around and starts with the other three people that are now back at the cart with their handfuls of random shit and detritus bought from the stalls. He starts heading back towards the rail enclave, which I'll leave you looking for Tarkin for a bit. Melton, you and your following of who are you following again?
I was just headed to the bar, but if I come across anybody on my way there, I guess I could have followed them.
That's right. Yeah, no, you did go directly. Okay, so while you're there, so this is before Boone and Dimitri and Odysseus follow Boone in. You see Bree arrive, and she arrives from the entrance, comes in, gets a single drink, and sits down at a table in the corner. This is almost a exact copy of the way she came into the bar in Shiraj. She came in, grabbed a drink, sat down in the same booth from the same, the same corner of the room, and she sits there. A short while later, Verzubek comes in, and he's quick to start making noise. He just finds the biggest group of people he can, comes down and starts rolling dice. He's got drinks on tap. People just can't help but be sucked into his energy as he's shouting, yelling, and setting up about gambling. Though you do notice he is losing a lot more than he was winning the previous night. He doesn't seem too bothered by it, and knowing how much he won.
Is he playing for, like, what do the stakes look like?
Reasonable amounts of gold. I mean, tens of gold, which is not bank breaking, but
Okay.
reasonable.
But he's not having any big losses.
He is It's hard to tell, as not a student of the research of luck, but you would say that the game is losing about as much as he should be losing, and winning about as much as he should be winning, as opposed to the previous night, where he was winning, and winning, and winning. A short while later, getting close to 8 o'clock, you see Boone walk in with a lady on his arm, followed shortly by Dimitri and Odysseus.
Wait, who's followed by Dimitri and Odysseus?
Boone and his lady. He comes in, grabs a
The
seat, and continues to...
douchebag serial killer guy.
Yeah. Oliver Boone.
Well, to be fair, we've only seen him brutally
Right.
murder one person, but
You haven't even seen him do it. You just assume he did it.
did we not
No, I
actually
thought-
catch him in the act?
Yeah, I thought we catched him in the act.
Or
No,
I
the
thought
lady-
Rylar
lady
did
was-
anyway.
I'm pretty
Wow.
sure you only came into the alleyway and found the body.
She said his name.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
said Oliver.
Yeah, didn't you see him like sort of slinking away from the scene or something though?
I don't think so.
You
thought
like
it-
maybe?
you walked past him outside the alleyway as he was coming out of it, and as you went in,
And he was like completely fine.
yeah, he was all good.
Yeah, I thought I remembered him being like super smug or something too. Like,
Oh, that's right.
I felt like he triggered our. senses.
gosh, that shadow looks so much like a sideways Hitler mode.
It does, eh? That's just unfortunate. I'm going to take a quick 15-minute break now. We'll come back and carry on after I've had some food.
All right.
Denying how there's no pause recording, only stop recording.